Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 28th Hydrogen and Fuel Cells Europe exhibition here at the Hannovermesse 2022. I would like to welcome you all to take a seat. I don't actually think there are any seats left, but feel free to stand around, I would say, because we are talking about a very interesting topic. I will be discussing the full range of hydrogen refueling solutions by technology leader, and the technology leader here being Resato Hydrogen Technology. Please give an applause to CEO Rob Castien. Welcome, Rob. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me over.
Yeah, sure. So, Resato Hydrogen Technology. You know, the stand is all green, so it pops out. So I think most people have seen it. But for those who haven't, can you maybe explain us what is Resato Hydrogen Technology all about?
Well, really, it started over 30 years ago, and Risato is a high-pressure company, and we are good in building pressure up to 10,000 bars, and we do different things with that. We make water jet cutting machines, we make a high-pressure testing system, and so the hydrogen mobility application came up, so we decided that's a good application for us. About 1,000 bars that you need for that, and we can easily do that.
All right, so Risato is still around as a company, right? And now there's Risato Hydrogen Technology. So why was it time to make this separate company of that? Is it market developments, or is it maybe a shifting focus within the company itself? Or?
Well, it's a very good question. I'm going to say 6 years ago, we looked at hydrogen again. There's been a couple of hydrogen hypes, everybody knows probably, but we thought this time it's for real. And so we decided to start developing mobility applications, being fuel refueling stations, but actually also hydrogen testing for tanks. But today the topic is hydrogen refueling stations.
Yeah, and it does seem to be for real this time. We've grown a lot. There are over 220 exhibitors here this year. So let's hope it does catch on this time. I do think so. And you've been here before, actually. I think it was in 2018. You were also here at the Hydrogen Fuel Cells Europe Group exhibit, as it was called back then. And you introduced the fleet owner system. Is that correct? And
that's right. That's right. Very good. Yes. So the first product that we developed was what we call a transition product. It's the fleet owner station. And certainly back in those years, the chicken and the egg, we need to get started. And we said, let's make something that is affordable, and so you can get started. So we developed the fleet owner station, and it's a 100 kilo per day station, and we call it a hydrogen supercharger. And with that, you can refuel your car 80% in half an hour, and you're on the road again. But with a very, very, very different price point, and investment level and footprint than a big station. So for people that want to get started, this is how you get started. Because I do think we can talk a lot about things, but you need to do stuff. And if you look at our company, our car fleet is zero emission, our building is zero emission. And actually, that's a good business case. So we said, let's get started with refueling. Let's build a small station so people can get started. And we have about 20 operational right now.
All right. And so a smaller system. That's a different approach than most companies here, I would say. So does it also open opportunities for other customers, maybe? Do you have a specific typical customer for these fleet owner systems?
Now, we don't have a typical customers, but there's a lot of customers. For instance, in the Netherlands, we have the gas uni. They have a pilot plant with a small electrolyzer, and they want to refuel cars. They can use a small station. But you can also have the big corporate guys, that say, oh, we want to have this green image. Let's start with a couple of hydrogen cars. They cannot refuel. You buy a station. Then they put it at the headquarters. So there's all kinds of different applications for people doing that.
All right. And that already sounds interesting, but this was back in 2018.
Yeah.
And then developments did not stop there, because later on there was also a full-size Risato hydrogen refueling station. So please tell me.
Well, indeed. That was the first step, and of course the market demand is growing, and we designed a full-size station, more than 1,000 kilos a day, with unlimited back-to-back refueling for passenger cars. So if you go to LinkedIn, you look at the YouTube movie, We refuel cars one after the other, one after the other. And as long as you have hydrogen supply, we can keep refueling the cars. And as far as we know, we're the only ones in the world doing that. But correct me if I'm wrong. But this is what you need. You need to have stations with more capacity, 1,000 kilos plus, to have a good business case for the station owner.
All right, so back-to-back refueling, if I understand correctly, because I have been in that line in front of a hydrogen refueling station, waiting for it to recharge or whatever it's doing. That won't be the case with, or isn't the case with your refueling station.
No. Again, look at the movie. We have 16 cars in a row, and then we ran out of cars. One after the other, one after the other. It's difficult to get hydrogen cars these days. But we refuel one after the other. The nozzle isn't freezing. Yeah, it's an important point. The nozzle isn't freezing. We refuel one after the other. And actually, we can deal with high pressure inlet, like tube trailers. But also, we can go down to 10 bars, electrolyzers. And I think in the future, today, the market is high pressure supply to the stations. But the future will be different. It will be a mix of electrolyzers, maybe pipelines, maybe different technologies. And of course, the tube trailer still. So your station, if you buy a station, you need to be ready for the future now. So it should be able to deal with low pressure inlet and high pressure inlet.
All right, so ready for everything then. And this full-size station, where is this on the timeline? Is this still a prototype? Is this in use somewhere? Can people buy it?
Well, you can buy it at D69 right there. Now, we have two products really ready. So, like I said, we started 6 years ago. We are a high-pressure company. We know how to compress. And so we have two products ready. No R&D to be done on it, no development. It's just you press the button, production schedule starts, and we can deliver the station. So those two products are really ready and ready to sell. And we have multiple units running. We show you pictures of our stations instead of these renders. You know, a lot of people, I'm going to say, fake it till they make it. You know, well, we have a render of this and we have a render of that, and we will be doing this in the future, we'll be doing that in the future. We have done it. It's running. We started close to home. We didn't want to start in New Zealand with our station because there's always some stuff that will happen. But they are running today, and you can buy them anytime you like.
And you can try them before you buy them. I think that's a unique thing in the hydrogen sector as well. So
try before you buy, and not before you die, but try before you buy.
All right, that's good to know. And then it doesn't stop there, obviously, because this one is in use. As you said, there's no R&D left to be done. You haven't been sitting still, I suppose. Actually, I know you haven't been sitting still because there is a new product that you have introduced here. So tell me, the H2 Direct.
Yes. So if you go back a little bit in time, what you've seen in the, let's say 7 years ago, when the H2 mobility platform was launched in Germany, which was a really good thing, break the chicken and the egg cycle. It was really focused on the personal vehicles, you know, the couple of kilos of refueling at 700 bars. And I'm going to say 7 years ago, that was the idea. Let's get started with the passenger cars, and then and grow the system from there. That has totally shifted. You know, the market is now going to HDV trucks and buses, 350, maybe in the future 700. We'll find out. But we need more kilos, much quicker, to fill up a bus depot or the logistics centers, and that's where the market is going. And as the trucks and the buses come on the market, let's say starting 24, 25, when that supply starts flowing, then we need the bigger refueling stations to refuel those vehicles.
All right, and when you say bigger station, the fleet owner system was, what was it, 1,000, 100?
100 kilos a day.
100 kilos a day, then we had the bigger one, the full size.
1,000 kilos a day.
And then H2
So what is the big system going to be? How many kilos? This is the part where you participate, huh?
Okay, I'm going to do a wild guess and say that goes times 10 as well. Then
10,000 kilos a day, yes.
Very impressive. And still back-to-back refueling then?
Back-to-back refueling for passenger cars, back-to-back refueling for trucks and buses.
So that video on your LinkedIn page of all these passenger cars in a row,
indeed,
we're going to see that one in a few years, but then with big trucks.
Indeed.
Very impressive. All right. Okay, nobody had an answer for the times 10 question, but maybe someone else has a question. So are there any questions from the audience? Please raise your hand if you have a question. I will find you with my microphone. No yes, there is a question.
Well, as a representative of the company building the refueling stations, I would. Well, what do you think? What is the competition of the electrical cars in this regards? Is it a competition between hydrogen cars and electrical cars, or there is no competition in this area?
So the question is, what is the competition between cars, hydrogen, electric, buses? You know, I think if you really look to the future, we need everything we can do to make the energy transition. We need hydrogen cars, we need electric cars, we need electric buses, hydrogen buses, trucks. I do think we really need everything to make the transition. There's not enough green molecules today, there's not enough green electrons. We need to heavily invest in that. And if you ask me personally, it's all a matter about commitment. You know what I said earlier on, our company is committed. We have zero emission car fleet, zero emission building, because we do it. Not because we talk about it, because we do it. But if I would ask you today, okay, we know all the coronavirus, right? Let's assume there's a new virus and all the oil and gas in the world is wasted. We cannot use it anymore. How fast can we change? We can change like that because the technology is there. But there's a lot of interest, both in the automotive industry, oil and gas industry. They have too much vested in their business models. They don't want to change quickly. But if the desire is there, we can do it very, very quickly. So I think we need everything. I hope it answers your question. Well, maybe I can tell a little bit more about the ultra-high capacity station. Yeah. So we are working together with a technology partner on that, and which we will reveal tomorrow in the technical forum. And we looked at the requirements on the refueling side, and you know, clearly people want to refuel quickly. The drivers don't want to wait, so time is of the essence. So if you look at it, how can we do that? We need compression capacity, and today you see a lot of storage. But if you do a 10,000 kilogram per day station, and you want to store at high pressure the volumes that you need to refuel, it's going to be very expensive. Going to have a lot of hydrogen on site, safety reasons and regulations. So we said, let's get rid of the storage. So the compression system that we've designed, and the prototypes have been tested, is that we direct fill a truck or a bus from the compressor. So we eliminate the high pressure storage altogether, and we directly fill, I'm not going to say in one stroke, but in a couple of strokes, with our 10-meter long compressors, we will directly fill the trucks and the buses. And so it will be very quick, about 80 kilos in 15 minutes, and then the next one can come. And as long as you have the hydrogen supply, we will refuel the trucks and the buses. So it's a very high capacity station, but eliminating very expensive storage on site will reduce safety, number of kilos of hydrogen on site, and it will be more efficient. Because what we do today, we pump up the gas to 950 bars, and then we let it go down to the pressure in the car. And yes, you can do intermediate buffers, you can do bypassing, etc. But still, you pump up the pressure of the gas much higher than what you need in the vehicle. It's energy waste. And you need to cool it. It's energy waste. Our cooling only kicks in when there is demand. If you look at a lot of stations, they're continuously cooling 24/7, while the refueling is maybe a couple hours per day. Our cooling starts on demand. You only use the cooling and therefore the energy when you need it. You compress directly, you only use the energy that is really required to bring the pressure in the vehicle, not in the much higher pressure storage. So the system will be much more energy efficient and much faster.
Interesting, impressive as well. And I think with that we have sort of run out of time. So that was Risato Hydrogen Technologies with their fleet owner systems of 100 kilograms a day, ready, available. You can buy them over there at, what is it, D49. Then you have the full-size systems, 1,000 kilograms a day, and this exciting new technology of direct H2. Is that correct? H2 direct. For the ultra-high capacity of 10,000 kilograms a day, and all back-to-back. So quite impressive. Please give an applause to Rob Castien, the CEO of Resato Hydrogen Technology.
Thank you very much.